Hey second grade, it's Mrs. Haynes. Today we're on page 223 in the Your Turn practice book, and we're going to be reading a story about someone named Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. Now, this is called a biography, and a biography is when a story is about someone's life. So this is about Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell's life. Now, on the next page, we're going to be answering these questions about what happened in the story, and we're going to be using words like first, next, and last. So I'm going to be making some notes as we read about what happened first, what happened next, and what happened at the end or last. Okay, you're welcome to read out loud with me at home, or if you want to follow along in your own book or on the screen, that's fine as well. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. Today, many women are doctors, but that was not always true. Many years ago, only men could be doctors. Elizabeth Blackwell changed that. Notice that there's headings throughout the story. Because it's a nonfiction story or a true story, sometimes you'll see headings like this as text features that tell what you're going to read about next. So next we're going to read about her early life. Elizabeth Blackwell was born in England in 1821. Her family moved to America when Elizabeth was 11. When she got older, she became a teacher. In that time, teaching was a common occupation or job for women. So let's go back and check. What could we say was one of the first things to happen in her life? This whole paragraph talks about the beginning of her life. I'm going to highlight that she was born in England. That is the first thing that happened. Let's keep reading. The next section is about becoming a doctor. Then, one of Elizabeth's friends got very ill. She wanted sick people to have less pain and discomfort. Elizabeth started thinking about ways to help people like her friend. She wanted to become a doctor. There's a picture. Elizabeth talked to men doctors who told her that women could not go to medical school. Elizabeth did not agree or accept that. She tried to get into a number of medical schools and she did not give up. At last, she was allowed to study at a school in New York. Elizabeth studied and learned medicine for 2 years. In 1849, she became the first woman doctor in America. A few years later, Elizabeth opened her own medical office in New York City. She asked 2 other women doctors to join her practice. One of those doctors was her sister, Emily. The doctors took care of sick women and children. They also ran a school to train or teach other women as doctors. Elizabeth Blackwell helped people her whole life. She opened the doors for women doctors. Let's pause for a minute. What is something that happened at the end, or what happened last in this story about Elizabeth Blackwell? Let's look at this paragraph at the end. At the end it says she ran a school. We'll use that in a minute. Now, let's go to the next page, make sure you have your pencil, and let's write in some answers. What happened first in Elizabeth Blackwell's life? Let's double check what we wrote about what happened first. We highlighted this part that says she was born in England. So we can write down born in England. All right, what happened next? Let's go back and look. So first was born in England. What's the very next thing? Her family moved to America. we can use that. Moved to America. All right, now what happened last or at the end? We already have that. We highlighted that at the end, she ran a school to train other women as doctors. So we can write down, ran a school. And that's all. Nice work, second grade. We read a biography and filled in first, next, and last.